So today's show is going to be appetizers and cocktails. And then my producer Sandra said, what the hell, let's just make it cocktails. And I said, let's find a happy medium. So today's show is food you can eat while you've been drinking. I'm Sam, the cooking guy. This show is about food that's big in taste and small in effort. Man, is that good. Totally easy stuff anyone can make.
Look at them going already.
And everything comes from a supermarket. You take all those other cooking shows like this. You don't need them anymore. This is Sam, the cooking guy. Sorry, you can't do a show about drinking food and not be drinking, right? I mean, it just makes sense. All right, so here's the first thing we're making. It's a pull-apart bread. It's decadent, it's rich, it's delicious, it's baked, and it's perfect when you've been doing that. So we take our little sourdough loaf, and I like sourdough because it's just extra flavor. And we're just gonna cut it with a serrated knife, and this is when you want a serrated knife. Serrated knife is all about soft things like bread and tomatoes and stuff like that. And we're just cutting down to near the bottom. We're not cutting through the bottom because we want to keep the whole thing together. And then we go in this direction. If you cut all the way through, these guys are going to come out, and you don't want that. You want all these pieces here. By the way, you may not have noticed, but Shannon, who left us tragically, I don't mean anything happened to her. I mean, she just moved to the Pacific Northwest. Shannon is back now editing the show. Makes us very happy. I think it probably makes her happy too. Okay. So now you've got these guys. Now they just let this guy sit and sort of plump back to life, all right? In the interim, we put a few things in. You put some Parmesan in here. This is just the shredded Parmesan, right? Now we need some garlic. 2 big cloves, right there. We need some, best vegetable on the frickin' planet, green onion. I suppose if you didn't like green onion, you could always use, white or red or something like that, but really get on board and embrace the green. So here, you can see I cooked some bacon earlier, right? I've just got it now separated from the grease, which I will save because I save bacon grease, like my mother did back in the 60s or 70s or whatever it was when I was around. Beautiful. All right. That's all good, that's all good. Little squeeze of olive oil. Really not necessary, but I like the way that it helps just transfer all of this goodness to the bread when we go to put it on the bread. And just before we go to throw this on the bread, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna take a little pot, put some butter in here, 1/3 of a cup. A couple tablespoons of Dijon and a little oregano. Okay, let that mix. It's beautiful, right? Now we're gonna take this cheesy, crazy, bacony, green oniony, garlicky nonsense, and we want it in between all of the little slices in here, because this is what's gonna flavor this thing. Look at how beautiful that is. It's amazing. Butter melting, butter, Dijon, oregano. Now let's do this. Get a baking sheet and some foil. The whole bread loaf goes right here. Just gather up a little bit of the extra of this, stuff it in, and now watch. Now this happens over the top. Butter, our Dijon, our oregano. What do you think of that? I hope that looks as beautiful to you as it looks to me. My oven's at 350. It goes in the oven maybe 15 minutes. Then we're gonna open the top, let it brown a bit. Then we eat and we drink. So now this has been in about 15, 20 minutes. So now we're gonna open it up, and we'll open it up like a, what's that popcorn? Jiffy Pop, like a Jiffy Pop. We'll just cut this open because now we want to brown it a little bit. Okay, oh my God. So now here's what we've got, right? Melty, gorgeous, beautiful, but now it goes back in for another five or 6 minutes. Now it's gonna get crispy and gorgeous and fantastic. And then we pull it out and have a drink and then try it, of course. And here we go. So we baked it for 15, 20-ish minutes. We take it out, we open it up like Jiffy Pop, and then we put it back in the oven so that it gets some color and starts to crisp up a little bit. And then we just take the whole thing and we put it right there. Look at that. So imagine, you could do this on the barbecue, you can do it in your oven, you do it wherever you want, but you make whatever you're making, or if this is all you're making, then you come in and you do this. And look how melty, right? Look how beautiful that is, all in between. So get a crispy piece. And do that. Look at the steam. Garlic, oregano, butter, cheese. Crunch. Oh my God. Okay, it's crazy. All right, when we come back, what do we do? We're deep frying pickles. How do you not like that on this day? Don't go away. This is Sam the Cooking Guy. Look what happened. It's stuck in. I wanted to start this segment with another cocktail. I don't know if this will work. Now we got that. Now we got the cork. But we got a little bit of cork here, enough that I can do this, this, and then a little piece of lime. Just a little piece. All right, deep fried pickles. Maybe the perfect drinking food. Maybe. We're gonna find out. So 3 bowls. I've got oil over here coming up to 350-ish degrees. Here's what I need for my 3 bowls. I need some flour. We need some eggs. We're setting up your basic everyday breading station for things that you'll deep fry. 1 egg, 2 eggs. This has to be beaten. Most people would imagine that the right way to do this was you put whatever it is you're breading into something wet first and then into the dry stuff. No, we go flour first, then the egg, and then into the crispy part, which in this case is panko crumbs. Here's what we do. We're gonna season with salt and pepper the panko just a little bit. I don't want them to be this big. These are dill pickles. So let's make this guy a little thinner. We can do this to all these guys. Pickle into the flour. Let's just get a couple of them in here. And honestly, the flour will really help the egg to stick, but you don't want a lot of flour. So you try and do all this with one hand, right? Knock off most of the flour, put it in the egg. Don't worry about the mess you're making on your counter or your plate. Then it goes in here on all sides. And then into the red. And that's why I like to keep one hand clean, because I find it makes it easier for keeping the whole process neat. Okay? So then this, and then you just repeat. All right. 350, that's what we want. You can't overload your pot. If you have a big pot, of course you can put more in, but whatever you put in is gonna drop the temperature significantly. So we're gonna go like 3 of these things at a time. I'm just gonna let them do their thing. I am gonna get ready to take them out though with my spider. I'm gonna put them on a plate with paper towels, like that, and we're gonna make just a little dipping sauce for them that's gonna be just a couple things while they're cooking. Those are gonna take about 3 to 4 minutes before they're done. So here we go. So this is mayonnaise, a little chili powder, just a little bit, a little lime juice. Perfect. And garlic. Just 1 little clove of garlic. And then we go like this. Let me throw 1 more of these guys in here. Once you put them in and they come to temperature, then you can add other stuff. But if you throw too many in at once, that's the problem you're gonna have, and you're gonna drop the temperature. And instead of like sealing up the outside and frying properly, it's just gonna be like poaching them in oil, and that's not where we're going right here. You know, I used to be really afraid of deep frying. I thought it smelled, it made a terrible mess. It doesn't. It doesn't. It's not a big deal. When they come out though, we give them just a little bit of salt while they're still warm. And then we'll just take these guys. We'll put them right on there. Look how amazing this is. Look how amazing this is. Deep fried pickles. You tell me that these pickles don't go with this bourbon perfectly. Because they do. Oh, you smell pickle. It's fantastic. Okay, little dip. Oh my God. There may never be a better drinking food than that. Today is so great. Next up, a loose meat sandwich. Think Sloppy Joe without the sloppy. But really, really good. You're gonna love this. Don't go away. It's drinking food day. Sam the Cooking Guy. Stay right where you are. This is Sam the Cooking Guy. Welcome back to Sam the Cooking Guy. Welcome back to Sam the Cooking Guy. Today is drinking food day. By the way, this next thing feels very much like beer to me. Come, Michael, look what we're making. I think anybody in TV land would recognize this as ground beef. We're just browning it. It's simple. And now we're gonna add about a small white, yellow diced onion. We're essentially making sloppy joes without the sloppy, called a loose meat sandwich, made famous, I believe, by the Roseanne show, something they would eat all the time. And I don't remember what part of the world. Producer Torres, could you look up the Roseanne show? What was the fictional city that the Roseanne show was shot in? In the meantime, while that cooks, we need some beef broth. You could open a box of broth, or you could do what this style is I've been using these guys lately. It's a thick paste, and 1 teaspoon of this will make 8 ounces, and we need a cup. So I need a cup of boiling water that will look like that. We'll put it right here. We'll let that start to do its thing, and then we'll put that broth base stuff in a second. Meanwhile, we'll continue to break up our beef.
Lanford, Illinois.
Where?
Lanford.
Lanford. Roseanne show, Lanford, Illinois. Loose meat sandwich. This is going to get the following things. It's going to get some salt, some black pepper, and some cayenne. And then 2 things out of here. 1 is garlic powder and 1 is onion powder. So a little bit of this, some garlic powder, mix. Beautiful. Some Worcestershire. And now we need a teaspoon of this beef broth base into this boiling water. Comes right off. We mix that. It's really easy. And it smells great. So now this is gonna go in here. So we give this 10 minutes on this low simmer. We come back and we throw it together. All right, so this is, look, most of the liquid's gone. You don't want it too dry, but you want that liquid that we put in as the broth to have absorbed up into the beef, thereby making it much more moistureful, much more delicious. So here's what we're gonna do. We take a bun. It's your basic everyday hamburger bun. You can use anything you want. Go fancy, use brioche, use an English muffin, use whatever. We're gonna put some butter on both sides of this. And then this will go on the flat top here. Secret ingredient coming right from behind you, Michael.
Sorry.
Shoot much? Not a commercial, but I gotta say, these French's crispy onions, be hard pressed to find a place that they don't belong. Goes like this. Little mayo. And now like a perfect amount of that. Turn that off. Bring this over. While it's still hot, some shredded cheese goes on top. American cheese, blue cheese, whatever. Probably not blue cheese. I don't think that would be right. Put some cheese on top. And then some of the onions. Like that. And then that. Now, what do you think the right thing would be to do, Michael? Should we cut it or we just pick it up?
We cut it.
We don't cut it. We just pick it up, for God's sakes. What was your thinking, man? Look at this. Look at this ridiculous nonsense. I'm going to tell you right now. I've had a lot of burgers. And while this is a loose meat sandwich and technically a deconstructed burger, it's freaking amazing. It's one of the best things you're gonna eat. I know. It looks ridiculous. It's just sort of basic components and it doesn't look very exciting and doesn't sound very exciting, but holy crap. You rarely see me take 3 bites of stuff. Nobody move. All right, one more. And I've saved the most decadent for last. I think you're gonna like it. Don't go away. It's, what is it? It's drinking food day. I'm Sam the Cooking Guy. I'm going back in. 4th or 5th bite. I just can't help myself. I can't help myself. This is Sam the Cooking Guy. Oh, hello. Welcome back. It's 4th segment. It's a drinking food day. Something like that. Sake will go beautifully with what we're making next. And what we're making next is lobster poutine. It's Canadian. It's French Canadian. It's fries with cheese curds and gravy. And the cheese melts a bit underneath the gravy and you eat it with the fries, and it's amazing. So we're not really making that. We're doing a version. So in my pot right here, a little bit of, what is that, Michael? Onion. And now we'll put a little bit of garlic in. Here we go. Let that get a little fragrant. Classic lobster tail, you'd recognize this, right? So here's what I do. I just take the shears and I cut all the way up the back, and then go like this and expose the lobster meat, and then take it out. There we go. So now you've got this pretty little hunk o' lobster. I need some butter in here too. Oh God, all I smell right now is garlic and onion. And it's the best smell ever. how beautiful is just cooking onion and garlic and the smell. Let's just chill on that for a second. So here's our lobster. So I'm just gonna cut right down the middle of this guy, and then like this. That's ready. My pan's starting to get ready. Let's get back to this cheese sauce nonsense. So when you make a roux, which is the thickening agent, you want equal parts of fat and flour. We'll go a couple tablespoons of flour and butter. But before I do this, I'm just gonna throw a little sake in. Just that, just turn it up a bit. Let that onion in, the alcohol will cook off and most of that liquid will go away. And as the liquid goes away, it'll leave a little bit of the sake flavor in the onions and the garlic. I'm gonna put a couple tablespoons of the butter in here. And just as it starts to melt, it's gonna get 2 tablespoons of the flour. All right, so a couple tablespoons of flour will go in. When you stir in the flour, one of the goals is you're gonna cook out what is essentially the raw flour flavor. So you do this. So we're gonna add 2 things at this point. Half a cup of milk, which looks like that, I believe, and a half a cup of clam juice. Okay, we're gonna let that start to thicken a little bit. In the meantime, we need some cheese. So I've already got shredded Monterey Jack, but now I need a couple ounces of shredded smoked Gruyere, which is not that much, but will look like this. As soon as this starts to bubble just a bit, I'll put my cheese in. Come on, 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 come on. There it is. Let's add the Gruyere. Beautiful. And Monterey Jack, about the same amount. Now we do this. Okay, beautiful. Okay, that's nice. Now, it's gonna need some salt because it doesn't have any salt, right? And it's gonna need some pepper because it doesn't have any pepper. And now this pan right here that has been getting too hot because I forgot to take it off the heat. What's this for, Michael?
Lobster.
Thank you, lobster. Let's get some butter going in here. Here we go. Just trying to gently cook the lobster. This now can have its own little amount of this, its own pepper. Take that off the heat for a second. Let's check our sauce. Is that lovely? That's what I'm talking about, man. Oh, crap, and it smells amazing. I need something green. Crap, not that. Not that. Something green like cilantro or parsley. Green onion, I didn't ask for that. Everybody thinks I go to green onion all the time because I can't go to anything else. No, that's not true. In this case, I'm going to green onion because I have no choice. Oh, these lobster pieces. Look, just have one. I think they're ready. Oh my God. Okay, that's ridiculous. Let's just taste this sauce. It needs a little cayenne, is what it needs. Just a little. That's good. Frankly, I think green onion is more appropriate for these lobster poutine than anything else would be. And that's why we're going with it today, he said, quietly, hoping nobody noticed. Now here's what we do. Like this. Remember, poutine, fries. Well, we're changing it up just a little bit. We're not using fries. We're using the other amazing potato product, tater tots. Mound them up a little bit. Don't touch the pan. Just touch the tots. Ah, that was really bad, man. Just a little bit of this cheese seafood gravy. the cheese gravy like this. Cheese seafood gravy. Now some lobster. Oh my gosh. And now a little bit of the green. Wow. So here's the move. Here's the move. See that? Lobster, cheese sauce, and a tater tot. That's what this is all about. Oh my gosh. It's pretty simple. You can make this, and I want you to. All right, thanks for hanging out. Drinking food day. Wait. There's no way. This could not be a better combination right here. Don't eat the same thing all the time. Thanks for hanging out with us today. Make all of this food. Go to the website, cookingguy.com, for all things nonsense. Yeah, cool. See ya.